What's going on, guys? It's your boy Hdawg, and I'm back here again with another video. And today I want to talk about Bungie. Now, even though I'm not a Destiny fan, I don't play Destiny. And don't get me wrong, like I've seen Destiny 2 and it looks cool and all. And they have this quote unquote single player campaign with the catch that you need an internet connection just to play that said single player campaign, which to me, I don't know about you, but that means to me it's not a true single player campaign. But even with that being said, they've been in a swirl of bullshit right lately with the Dawning event that I heard about, and how they've been handling the Eververse and been more focused on that than ever, and trying to advertise their fucking game on everybody's PS4, which happened to mine one morning, and I cringed. And I'm like, man, what the fuck is this bullshit? And I gotta say that if you and then recently, like, they did this blog post update where they listed a ton of shit that they're planning to update, including expansions. I think it's headed into season 3 right now. And listing up different updates that they're promising to bring about. Some of some of which I found very vague and didn't really go into juicy details, or at least enough juicy details to know what to at least get a good idea of what's going on. But I gotta say that if you really ask me, want my opinion, I think Bungie should stop beating a dead horse. I mean, they're pretty much doing the same thing to Destiny 2 what they did with Destiny 1, which a lot of people look at Destiny 2 and look at it like it is a 1.5 complete expansion than a full game, because there's been a lot of issues with the main game, and they're adding all these updates. And when you look at some of the updates I gotta say are fucking ass, and I want to call bullshit on. Like, one of them that I seen was a top promising an update for the shaders and how you could break them down, but according to them, that may not come to the fall of this year, or possibly not even till 2019. Which to me, I want to call bullshit on that, because ain't no fucking way it should take all the way to damn near the end of this year just to fix the fucking shaders, which I think should have been fixed day one when the fucking game came out. Like any normal game should, a complete game. And Bungie, if you want my advice, stop chopping up a game and stretching it out over months to a fucking year. So you're pretty much telling people by your vague blog post that don't buy the game until the complete edition comes out in the fall. That's pretty much what it is. And people already thought that the Curse of Osiris expansion was ass. And not just that, but it's a whole bunch of other bullshit that's been going on that people having issues with. And some people are saying, okay, if all this happens, that if all these updates take place, that it'll be good and make the game a little bit better, especially what they did with the Eververse. It looks like with the Eververse, they're putting putting most of the stuff in that you can get in Eververse in game, where you can earn it by doing events and playing the game and such. But to me, something like that should have been done a long time ago, bro. Like, I don't know why they wait till now till everybody fucking goes ballistic and says fuck Eververse and remove Eververse, and gets a hashtag trending remove Eververse, just to get y'all to wake up and be like, oh, okay, they don't want it. Like, and I know that thread, I think it's on Reddit. I'm not sure where it was exactly, but it may have been on their subreddit, where everybody was talking about pretty much basically remove Eververse. And I know it's been up there for a while, So why wait till now after the criticism to respond to this? Like, okay, we're gonna fix it now because and I could possibly kind of understand why, because they don't want to be in the same boat as EA. Well, no way, they are. They are in the same boat as EA. I mean, they was even during the interview, they even told the person they were being interviewed by that, oh, making game content is so fucking hard. It's so hard, and we just don't want to bust our ass tirelessly to make all this content. And to me, if you ask me, I don't know about y'all, but to me, it's like Bungie's almost saying you're asking for too much. But I kind of find it vaguely funny that at E3 they was bragging so much about the damn game, saying, "Oh my God, we got so much content in the game. People gonna be complaining about how much content there is." But from what that comment sounds like to me, it kind of sounds like that Bungie's the one complaining about too much content, and it's not the gamers that's complaining about too much content. Don't you find that odd? Don't you find that hilarious? And honestly, right now, if you ask me, I think Bungie should just give up, stop beating a dead horse, go ahead and just delay all these expansions or whatever. I mean, add the updates, but delay these expansions and put them in a complete edition like sometime this year before the fall, and give it out to the people, and be done with it. But and honestly, they got to do something. I mean, and if you know me, and you watch my channel, then some of y'all should know how I feel about fucking patches. Like, I fucking can't stand fucking patches to updates that should have been in the fucking main game in the first place when this game launched back in fucking September. I mean, and this game has the audacity to have a single player campaign that you need to be online for. Must not be a true single player campaign if I gotta be online just to play your fucking campaign. But and I think that's the main problem with Destiny 2. It was never there was not a damn thing in here, even though I haven't played it. But because there was nothing that felt like like it was taking the next step in the game, it made me feel uninspired to even want to get it. Now, if the single player campaign was, if you were able to play the single player campaign offline, I would check it out, but I would wait for the complete edition. But since it don't, I'm not gonna get this game, at all. And I think that's where Destiny 2 flopped the most. I mean, even though I don't think it flopped in sales, but I think it flopped because it didn't do nothing. It didn't take a chance. And I think if Destiny 3 has any hope of making a home run and knocking it out the park and possibly beating Anthem, which is said to come out this fall, I think they gotta have single player content. Single player content is a must in Destiny 3. Not having, not chopping up your game and stretching it out through these updates over time and expansions and seasons. Like, now with the seasons, I know that's a different argument. I understand it's like for the seasons. I think it's like for different types of holiday events and shit like that or whatever. I'm not sure how the seasons work, but in terms of the expansions and the fucking updates and patches and all that shit, I feel like those ought to be features that ought to be in the main game. Um, that way when people get done with the main game, they can go play some more of the campaign through the expansions, and I had to wait fucking 3 or 4 months just to play the expansions. Like, why not have the expansions available for people for day one, or better yet, why not have the game available to where you could play the game completely offline solo? And Bungie can't give a bullshit excuse like we can't do that. We can't afford to do it, and they better not come out and say they ain't got the money to do it, because that's a fucking lie. That would be a fucking lie. Because last I checked, Destiny 2 sold a good amount. So that would be a fucking bullshit lie if they were to come out and say that. But I do think that if they want Destiny 3 to really knock it out of the park, all they need to do is have actual single player in the game to where you don't have to be online to play it. What else they can do is not to add fucking a microtransaction system that people will fucking complain about. Actually have a fucking actually let us create a character that we want, have our fucking warlock or whatever, or let's see, what are the other classes in it? I know it's warlock and a couple others. Uh, but let us customize our avatar, our character the way we want to. You know what I'm saying? Without having to go to the Eververse just to select fucking random ass colors. You know, let us choose our colors. Let us choose our outfits. If I want to walk around as Bozo the Clown in a freaking space helmet in Destiny 2, let me do that. But yeah, I think if they want Destiny 3 to beat out Anthem somehow, which the way it's looking, I think Anthem has the potential to absolutely crush Destiny. I really do. And I think there's a good chance that, even though if you read a lot of articles, some people may already call Anthem a shared world MMO shooter, but even though there's nothing really concrete to prove that it is, you know, because there ain't really been anything official from BioWare that says yes, this is an MMO shared world shooter. I mean, if you were to go to their Twitter, like I remember I went to their Twitter handle a while back, and the devs from BioWare was saying that the single player experience is very important to us, and the information on that could come at a later date this year. And they even also stated that you can enjoy the game uh, either with friends or completely by yourself. Even though they didn't elaborate at the time about do you need an internet connection or not, I think you will, and you won't. I know I take that back. I think you won't need an internet connection. You know, I think you'll be able to completely play the game by yourself if you choose to. Um, Simply because that's what Bioware is known for, and I don't think they would have Bioware, Austin, and Edmonton collaborating if it didn't have single player in it. Because Bioware, Austin alone could probably make an MMO shared world shooter alone, you know. And I think if I can make a theory on why they are collaborating, it's probably because Bioware Edmonton is working on the characters and the the story and the single player side of things, while Austin could be hard at work on the online side of things and the matchmaking, PvE, all that shit. You know, matchmaking and all that. I think that's what they could be hard at work on. Um, Speaking of matchmaking, I know I heard something about EA's uh, patent that they had filed back in 2015, the same time as Activision, eerily enough. That's just about like Activision and looks about as bad as Activision's. And I think recently, like some employees from EA had wrote articles on it back in 2017. It was two different ones. I think it was the DDA and EOMM, which pretty much the DDA is pretty much changing the difficulty. Is where they can change the difficulty of the game to make it harder or easier. But they've done that before. From what I've heard, it ain't really that bad. It don't really sound that bad because other games have done that. Even with the Crash Bandicoot remaster. They made that game harder from what I heard. Now the EOMM, that's the shittiest. That's the shitty part. It's like, think it stands. I know it's about matchmaking. It's I think it stands for engagement online matchmaking or something like that. And pretty much talks about it sounds creepy when they broke it down. Like pretty much talking about how you could track how much time somebody plays a game and also determine the outcome if you win, lose, or draw. Like, say if you go on a hot streak of winning, they'll give you a loss, or if you go on a hot streak of losing, they'll give you a win. Like, what they'll do is they'll pretty much pair you up with someone who's fucking awful and have you thinking, "Oh my God, I'm dope," and then when you go up against somebody who's really, who's really talented, really experienced at it, they could fuck you up. They could body you, straight body you. And which they want to use that to possibly encourage people to, invest in microtransactions and all that. But as far as we know, this hasn't been implemented in any game that EA has yet. But I can speculate and say I don't think they would even dare put something that shady and shitty in either the next Battlefield game or Anthem for that matter, because I think they just cannot afford it. Because the the Battlefront 2 controversy was a blow that staggered them and had them stunned. I think the next time that happens, it could be a deadly blow that is a straw that breaks the camel's back and it will forever stay broken. Um, but anyway, I've been going off track here. Uh, but back to Anthem, I think it will have single player, and and even with that being said, like you got Edmonton and Austin there. I think it's when you look at it, there's a good chance Anthem could surprise people and say, "Oh well, this game will have single player." And I guarantee you, when Bauer comes out and says you can play Anthem completely offline or online if you want to, pretty much saying anything you can do offline. I mean, anything you can do online, you can do offline. You know what I mean? Um, and I think once they say that, that will fucking kill Destiny. That would kill Destiny. I think that would inspire Bungie. Like, you know what? Since Anthem gonna have single player, we're gonna have single player. And for Bungie sake, they better hope that Anthem flops, because if it don't flop and it sells millions and it's received well, like has like a Metacritic of 90 or whatever, and sells like fucking 10 million copies in a month or something like that, then they're fucked, and they need to hit that home run to counteract Anthem. But with that being said, I've been ranting, spouting off for like over 18 minutes now. I think it's time for me to start wrapping this video up. But with that being said, guys, what you guys think about all this? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Do you think Destiny 2 can still be saved? Do you agree with me about Bungie beating it like a dead horse? Let me know down in the comments below. We can have a discussion and talk about it. If you enjoyed my video, smash that like button as hard as you can. Subscribe if you're new, and tap the notification icon. That way you always stay up to date anytime I upload a new video. And with that being said, it's been your boy Hdawg, and I'm signing out.